Alright, what's up, everybody? So, I'm really trying to stay consistent with my end of day reviews as well as my um, live streams every day that I do trade. Um, and my end of day reviews at night. My market recaps at night, and my trade recaps as well. Um, I've been trying to stay as consistent with that as possible. Um, and I'm seeing a little bit of a change in trading and whatnot, so that's good. But yeah, so let's kind of break it on down. Rewind, just so it's a little bit easier to see what I was seeing during the day. So yeah, let's break it on down. So coming into the day, shoot, this is gonna show the full day, and I don't really want the full day. Oh well, whatever. We were somewhere in here, and I was saying, look, I want us to go lower before ultimately going higher, and targeting this overall, but this 2 day previous daily high. Um, so I want us to go down, then to go up. Where I want us to come down to on the 4 hour was into this FEG, which we it looks like we got there pretty close. I don't know if we actually did. I don't think we did, but we got pretty close. I want us to come into this, but definitely I want us to come into this order block, mainly because of all the liquidity that was available. So let's cut down to the 1 hour. I want us to take this out, which we didn't. But let's look at the 1 hour, because this is where we came into the day, and I was like, all right, what is it that we can kind of see happen, all right? So let me first erase this. This is irrelevant. So I saw that we had our London high, and at the time we were kind of stuck. So I wanted to figure out where exactly my low was. So I saw that we had our Asian low here. So low for Asia. Let's put Asia on there. Asia L. Oh, that needs to get black because I can't see it. Right. So this was our Asian low. So I was like, all right, we're stuck between two places. We have our Asia low. Our London low was already mitigated, which was here. No, 430. This one. No, here. Somewhere here. That was already mitigated at the time I got to the chart. So I was like, okay, that's gone. So they have two areas to look for: London high and Asian low. On the 15, I think you see it a lot clearer. Yes, you do. So that's 915 there. Actually, yeah, 915 there. So I got to the chart. We were somewhere here. Yes, 930. So at 930, I'm like, all right, we need to take some form of liquidity before we can do anything. I saw that we had these equal highs up in here. So if it is we were going lower, I wanted us to sweep out these equal highs and then go lower. If it is that we were going higher, I wanted us to, at a minimum, take out the Asian low, right? Because that's where the liquidity is. So let's cut down to a 1 minute. And we can kind of go through how price performed and what price did. No trades. No trades. I'm still back testing. Well, not really back testing. I'm forward testing now. Or live testing, I should say. My order block entry model. And how that's performing. And it's doing pretty well. I think I have 2 wins. What would be 2 wins, because I didn't actually take the trade. But that's coming around, so that's pretty good. So let me just draw this out real quick. So I have this high here with this. So that's equal highs there. So I'm expecting price to pull back up there. And I'm not looking for anything until this Asia low gets tapped. Once this Asia low gets tapped, then I start, okay, cool. Now it kind of makes sense. Maybe I can start looking for a real trade, right? Asia low gets tapped. We come up. We create this singular order block. And in the live stream, you'll see I say that, yeah, this is an order block. This is where I should be taking my entry. blah 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 blah. Now, looking back, there's something that I have to realize, which is liquidity pools almost always get tapped and reacted to individually. So what do I mean by that? You can see this is where I want to take my 50%. That was the first area of liquidity. But you can see we have these equal highs in here. And to be honest, I kind of just dismissed them in the moment, mainly because I was looking at this higher 5-minute equal highs more so as important. And I thought that once we got here, we would just drive through. But looking back, I think it's just better to take full profit here. All right, so this is 3.78. Let's just call it 3.8. This is 3.2. But looking back at it, I'm out the trade full volume here. Versus, for another half a R, I'm not out of the trade, and I only end up taking 50% of the trade at, what is this, 2.2. So I really take home 1.1 R instead of taking home 1.1 plus 1.6, which is 2.7 R, right? So I gotta look at that a little bit more in terms of my targeting. Maybe a little bit more conservative on the targeting side, and that's okay. But yeah, that's kind of how I'm looking right now. Yeah. So that is essentially the trade from today, but it is what it is. No trades outside of that. Honestly, I was looking for this to keep going higher, so I didn't even look for shorts. Now, hindsight, obviously, 2020. And it actually made sense for us to go lower. Why? Because we are taking out, if we're looking at price, it's maybe a little bit clearer on the 5-minute. Honestly, I did not go down to a 5-minute in this day at all, really, which is another kind of oversight. Right? This can be deleted now. So let me actually delete this as well. Right. So on a 5-minute, we can actually see, right? We had this sweep of liquidity in here. We push lower. Pull back, retracement, whatever you want to call it. We push lower. We close lower. We come back. We don't sweep this liquidity. We close lower again. So in theory, we should be looking to go lower again. And that, oversight on my part in this particular case, because I really just thought that we would come down to that Asian low, which is also equal lows. It looks no, not quite. Asian low, and then move off from there to go bullish. But maybe look to attack that London high, but that wasn't the target, as we know. I was aiming for these equal highs in here. But as we can see, price just kept tanking, and we tanked down to the essentially make equal lows at all the way down here. Ultimately taking out all of this liquidity, all of that liquidity, and you can see that's a boatload of liquidity that we took out before ultimately retracing and going to that London high, which is where I wanted price to go originally. I don't think I would have taken this because we did not take that liquidity. Actually, let me check one thing. What? We didn't tap into this. So I don't 30 minutes? No. Actually, let me just check this point. So the low of this is 2372625. 2372650. Oh, right. So this is higher. This is one tick higher than this. So this really created equal lows. We might have SMT on it, but I don't look at SMT. So, kind of looking back, this is very clearly a sweep of liquidity. I remember in the live session, I was like, all right, yo, look at this. This is literally trend line liquidity. What else do you? No, I wasn't there. I think it was from down. I think it was here, and I was pulling it like these. Yeah, I was like, look at this, literally trend line liquidity. We're gonna sweep that trend line liquidity and then keep it pushing. But once I was in the trade, I was kind of sticking to the trade and letting it do its thing. So trade management needs a little bit of work. Well, not really, but I was able to take profit, but probably should have looked a little bit differently on it. Bias. I was bullish coming into the day, but we had and I did take bullish trades, justifiably as well. But I did also understand that we probably should have gone lower, and didn't take any shorts for those to go lower. Even on the 5-minute, it was presenting that we should go lower. If I were going short, where am I going short from? Well, I mean, all of these with this. Let me go on the 2-minute. It's probably clear on the 2. Actually, no, it's not. It's not clear at all on the 2. But on the 2-minute, nah, it's not clear. Let me see on the 3 maybe. Yes, 3-minute. It not quite actually. Not quite. I think 1 minute is probably the best that I'd be doing. So on the 1 minute, we would have to take this as the inverse. So once we close below here, I mean, it's fair game, and you can see, we respect that very much. Another potential entry is off this order block here. Once we close lower, and then you get in and stop above and let it do its thing. But I don't want to start taking bad trades like that. But this first one was valid. That first one there would have been valid to take shorts. 10-16. So yeah, that is pretty much the trade review. So let's go into kind of a market outlook on where I expect price to go tomorrow and moving forward. Should be a little bit more of a macro analysis. Yeah, we're just going up. I think this is gone now. I think we're going all-time highs. Yeah, we're going all-time highs. This wick is very interesting also. The one we put in today. You can see how aggressive we were selling, then aggressive buying. You can see how much momentum we have going up. So that's what I would say about that. In terms of where it is we are going from, I looking at this right now, I have no idea. Where I would like for us to go higher from is 50%. So somewhere in this region, preferably. But I kind of doubt that happens. Actually, something interesting. I wonder if this actually did come into the 50% of this overall bullish move. It did not. But yeah, that's kind of actually where we might come into is just this right here. This H1 order block, 3 candles. We may want to come in, tap that, and then look to go higher. So on the 4-hour, yeah, come into something like this, tap into it, and then go higher. But yeah, I'm bullish the rest of the week. I think if we look at our weekly candle, do we have a wick at the bottom? We do, but it's very small. We might get one of these candles. We might get one of these bad boys, which would be great. It is looking extremely bullish, especially from how this candle closed last week. So yeah, that might be something. Oh shoot, we gotta change contracts next week. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much the trade recap, trade review, market recap, market review.